about midway through the third quarter of game 3 of San Antonio Portland, I'm like, holy shit, Portland might really win this game. And then San Antonio said, nah, not so much. And we saw a huge run for the Spurs to close out the third quarter and into the fourth quarter. What was they were up by 16 in the third. And by midway through the fourth, San Antonio was comfortably in control of that contest. Now, we've got game 4 on tap for Sunday. What do we do with it? Wembanyama expected back in the lineup for the Spurs. At least the point spread is telling us that Wembanyama is expected back in the lineup for the Spurs. Look at the odds logic live odds screen right now. I'm seeing San Antonio minus 5.5, the prevailing number total, sitting at the 218.5/219 range for the Spurs and Blazers. And let's start with giving San Antonio some credit. All right. This isn't just Wembanyama. All right. And there's some thought process out there, teams, people out there that can't handle, they got more than one good player. They got Wembanyama. That's the one guy they know. Wemby. Spurs are deep, and they're really good. And now they're 13-6 without their star center on the floor, and they have a generational talent on the floor as well, who expected to be back in the lineup here. Now, the question is, in the regular season, all right, we see it happen all the time, where the star player comes back, and the first game that he comes back, everybody on the rest of the team exhales. And the opposing team goes, we got to step up. So-and-so's back in the lineup. And the teams are a little bit out of sync with the rotations changing. And it's a classic NBA fade. You bet on the team the first game after the star gets hurt, and you bet against the team the first game when the star comes back. That works in the regular season. It works year in, year out. In the postseason, not so much. And it's not like Wemby has been sitting on the sidelines in street clothes for weeks. He missed one game. So there's no readjusting to get him back into the rotation for San Antonio. And he obviously is as good as any player on the floor on both ends of the court. The problem here for Portland, and it really is a problem, and what happened down the stretch the other night, it didn't happen by accident, all right, with the superior team stepping up. But the Blazers, there's a team with no playoff experience. Drew Holiday's got a guy who's got a ring, in Milwaukee, an absolute star in that regard. Jeremy Grant's a guy who's been around the league and has played in meaningful postseason games. But those are the exceptions rather than the rule. The rest of this team is very young. Splitter as a head coach, very young, not a guy who's been in these spots to make adjustments in the postseason. Not like Johnson for San Antonio has, but the dude trained under Pop. And when you're coaching under Pop, it tells me that you're ready for the postseason. And we've seen that with the Spurs making the in-game adjustments and the full game adjustments as well. San Antonio, they had a bad quarter, and then it's the fourth quarter of game 2. But they're the better of these two teams. The markets are telling us that they're the better of these two teams. And the Blazers, a lot of times what you want to do is wipe your head, wipe your mind clean of what just happened. What I just see? I just saw Portland get, completely annihilated. All right, well, now they're supposed to come back. When you saw what happened when San Antonio turned it up on the defensive end with the Blazers offense, it's hard to forget that. And that's a type of thing that for this better, you would expect more of the same. So this isn't Spurs get Wemby back. They're going to let down, exhale. And Portland, they played as well as they could play for 2.5 quarters the other night. That first game where you haven't played a home playoff game in years, the crowd is insane. It's electric, the atmosphere. And then to walk off the floor the way they did, I think it's going to be a difficult bounce back for the Blazers. And it's not like they have extra time to do it. This isn't a situation where it's, you got an extra day. No, boom, one day off, and then back on. So, look, Portland was a good point spread team for me this season. Portland made money for people as home dogs this year. They were good in a lot of different point spread roles. But when we look at the scale of where these two teams are right now, San Antonio's here and Portland is in the not so much category. So as the series progresses, I really try to limit my bets to the team I think is going to win the series. Occasionally you find a game 4, game 5, game 6 spot where you say, yeah, I'm going to bet on the team, but I don't think they can win. I can walk away with victorious in the series. It's not like there's not a rule that you never, ever, ever bet on teams that you don't think are going to win the series. But in general, by game 4, game 5, game 6, and obviously game 7, I look to bet on the team I think is going to win the series in spots where that is appropriate. Again, I'm not betting. I'm not betting 5 games a day or 7 sides and or whatever. I mean, first half and full game. I'm looking for a handful of positive expectation bets on any given day. 1, 2. Sometimes you find 3. Not often. I'm not a huge volume guy, certainly for size and totals in the postseason. But you look for 1 or 2 that stand out in that regard. So far, we're doing pretty good. 71% run through the NBA postseason over the last week. And, of course, 5 straight winning postseasons, at least 55% every year, at least plus 10 units of profit every year. Plus 90, we're going to this Saturday, plus 94 units over the last 5 seasons. So really good deal right now. Playoffs 50 is the promo code. If you want to get on board, don't buy a play, buy a package. You get every play every day through Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Normally priced $175 right now. Take $50 off. Just use promo code PLAYOFF50 at checkout to get on board. Appreciate your likes. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate your follows. My play here, San Antonio minus the points. It's not strong, but it's the only way I can look in this one. It's Spurs or pass for this better on Sunday night. Hope this video helps, guys. I really do. And thank you for watching Wager Talk TV. Stay tuned right here on this channel for more quality video content from the Wager Talk group of handicappers. Cheers, guys. Have a great day. And thanks. Appreciate your support. Likes, comments, follows. I'll do my best to get in to answer as many of those as I can throughout the course of the weekend. Have a great day. Cheers.